Well, I don't know what you would call what we see in Los Angeles right now, but I
Quite
really was thinking
bad.
about this. But besides bad, because LeBron James, brother's gonna be 38 years old in December. He has
That's not really
played
old in
on
lifetime, though. That's not old in lifetime,
no,
just to make that clear.
it's old. Well, it's not old in a lifetime. I know you're saying that for a reason. Thank you very much for giving us some insight into how old you are. Thank you very much.
Oh no, that had nothing to do with me.
That got nothing to do with you. Yeah, I think you're in the neighborhood. You in that neighborhood. You driving by. Oh no, no, I'm not looking to buy. I'm just looking at the houses. I'm not buying. I'm just looking around. No, no, no. This is your neighborhood. Um, but LeBron, man, like he's always played on interesting teams. Even his first team, it was not good. They didn't make the playoffs in Cleveland,
Hmm.
but they were interesting because of him. Now you can't even say the Lakers are not only bad, there's really nothing compelling about them. And I wonder if we could just get inside the mind of LeBron James. This is not being John Malkovich. This is being LeBron James. If we're inside that mind, what do we see? Is it, I've had a great career. This is cool. I'm upset. I'm angry I'm embarrassed that they put me in this position. Oh, it's going to get better. Like, just try to reside in LeBron James's brain for a second, and let's speculate on what he might be thinking looking at this.
That's a tough place to be. I won't go inside LeBron's brain. What I will go is to LeBron's past. Remember those great commercials? Remember LeBron used to make really, really great commercials. There were the puppets with him and Kobe for the
Yeah.
1 year where Cleveland and the Lakers were supposed to make it to the finals and they didn't. So
Yeah,
they
that's right.
kind of shelved the
Great
campaign.
commercials.
But before
Yeah.
that, there were all these iterations of LeBron, kid LeBron, teenage LeBron, mature LeBron, the guy wearing the all white suit jumping in the pool. And then there
Yeah.
was Grandpa LeBron. Remember Grandpa LeBron? He was ornery as all hell. He was making fun of everybody. You ain't gonna beat Detroit playing in the pool. Jordan wasn't playing in the pool.
Yeah. Oh, that's right.
That's where LeBron is. LeBron is Grandpa LeBron at this point. He looks around, and another guy we might wind up talking about today, Tom Brady. He probably looks around and has a moment where he pulls a Ricky Waters. You know what the Ricky Waters is?
Yeah.
For who?
For who?
What?
For what? Yes.
And other than the scoring record, other than the Kareem Abdul-Jabbar scoring record, which, is a monumental record considering it stood for almost, 38 years or so. Other than that, what else is LeBron playing for? You can't say he's playing for championships. Can't say he's playing for, to put the legacy franchise back on the right track to set it up for generations to come, just because he doesn't have the sweat equity with the Lakers that he has with the Cleveland Cavaliers, or maybe even that he did with the Miami, considering the way that he went there. I don't know why he's there. I don't know why he's still playing. I'm not saying he should retire or he will retire or anything like that. But as far as getting up in the morning every day and investing into something that's supposed to be greater than himself, and this is the greatest franchise in the history of the modern NBA, with apologies to your
Ooh.
Boston Celtics. Yeah,
Ooh, that's a
easily.
big statement. That's a big statement.
It
Oh,
is.
easily.
It is.
Wait, wait a minute.
Easily.
Wait a minute.
Easily.
How we
Easily.
get to
Easily.
why? How we get to easily?
Easily.
Why easily?
Easily.
Why easily? I'm just wondering. Why you say that?
Okay.
I'm just curious. Just wondering.
When I think about the modern NBA, and by modern
Okay.
NBA, I mean with the way it's played, with post-playoff expansion starting in 1984, with the post-ABA NBA merger, which basically
Okay.
redefined how basketball was to be played, the Lakers
Yeah.
have been the defining franchise. Now, when you talk about the Celtics and Bill Russell and everything that's happened there, I'm not going to discount that, but I look at that being more Bill Russell than the Boston Celtics, especially considering how the city of Boston treated Bill Russell. We don't have to go into that. So when I think about
No,
a
we don't.
city and a
Right.
franchise being tied together in a modern NBA, it is easily the Los Angeles Lakers. They've gone basically maybe a total of 4 years, Michael Holley, 4 years without a legacy player on their roster. From the years that Magic Johnson abruptly retired in 1991, you had those stretch of years, to the years that Kobe Bryant, not abruptly, but left the Lakers after 20 years. There was a couple years in the wilderness, and then LeBron got there. So basically, we're saying from 1984 until now, right?
Pretty
this
incredible.
leads into a greater point.
That's
From
incredible.
1984 until now, you've had a handful of years where the Lakers either didn't have a star or were trying to court one. And now they allegedly have 2 generational players. And here's the crazy part, Michael Holley. You've got the generational players, and you have no hope. This is completely uncharted territory for the Lakers. You can't say that trading Russell Westbrook is going to cure all the ills, right? I'm looking at Anthony Davis funny. I'm looking at LeBron funny. I'm looking at this entire Laker operation real funny in the light. Magic Johnson rolling over in his grave. He's still alive, but you get the point. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Byron Scott, rolling over in their graves. They still here, but y'all rock with me. This is bad. This is worse than last year. And here's the crazy part, Holley. They're not even interesting anymore. They weren't even interesting last year. We just made them interesting. Now they're just boringly bad.
Yeah, and Vinny, I was thinking about this as you talk about the greats. I'm gonna go back to something you said in the beginning, and I really was considering this question. You said, okay, what's LeBron playing for? He's not playing for championships, and I agree, he doesn't have to. He doesn't have to play for championships. But answer the question: what are most greats, like the all-time greats, the top 10 players of all time? What do they play for? They do play for championships, even if they don't need them. They play for some kind of pride, some kind of thing is pushing them more than even their peers who were very good but not on their level. So did Kobe need a 5th championship? Did Magic need a 5th championship? No, they didn't. Did Jordan need that 6th right before the last dance? He didn't need it, but he got it anyway. And so
but LeBron, they were playing on teams that were good. This team stinks.
This team stinks.
Magic was still in prime when he got his 5th ring. Kobe was still close enough to the peak by his 5th ring. Same with Jordan. Jordan wasn't the greatest version of himself, but he was still close enough. We can't make the argument that this is the greatest version of LeBron James or anything close to it.
You know what LeBron is? You know what LeBron has experienced? You know what he's experiencing right now? So LeBron, and this is wild. This is but he figured it out. I thought he was going all bald. He didn't do it. I'm a little disappointed. Maybe he'll do it. Maybe he'll change it up. Maybe he'll do it after the All-Star break. I don't know. LeBron is experiencing his Michael Jordan in Washington phase of his career. He's Jordan in Washington. Although LeBron, but it's strange that that's happening with the Los Angeles Lakers. With all respect, Gary Carter, to your Washington Wizards. I mean, come on.
That's a low blow from a guy from Cleveland. That's a low blow for a guy from Cleveland.
Hey, thanks for watching Brother from Another on YouTube. Make sure you hit subscribe before you leave, and be sure to watch us 3 to 5 p.m. Eastern Time on Peacock. Appreciate you.